We're live. Hello.
Hello, 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 and welcome back for continued coverage of the festival series here in Malta. How you doing, Jacob?
I'm doing very good, George. Happy to be back. And today it's going to be a bit different than the first 4 days.
Yeah.
The blinds are increased and the lineup is it's way tougher than it's been the other days.
It's going to be a little bit more...
Yeah, I think a little bit less punting and some more actual poker to comment on.
Absolutely. We're going to maybe learn something.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So over the last couple of days we've seen people get in there nice and loosey-goosey, and today we are playing 5-5.
Yeah, we got our boy Adam in there again. He had a very good, two very good sessions yesterday.
Yeah, he was playing really well.
Yeah, he's really great guy.
He was sort of in depth with the live reads and just
yeah,
playing.
he really got people to hero him off.
Exactly.
Spectacularly fashion.
Yeah, exactly. In terms of his approach to the game, he was playing extremely well and reading people very well and making a profit. I think he's 3 out of 3, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. He is.
Yeah.
Can you do the big screen thing? Amu and Dutch Koala, welcome. Yeah, so we got 3 or 4 of the Dutch community players here, also very good players.
Nice.
So good to see the Dutch in the chat. Poker study. So I don't know if they're coaches or their own trading site. I'm sure the guys in the chat can let us know. Important to say already, they are playing the 7 deuce game.
Are they?
Yeah.
For how much?
10 euros per
10?
per man. Yeah, they started at 5. I was like, come on, guys.
Everyone's sat 1k deep. Wouldn't you want a little bit more? No?
Yeah, I would say so too. But of course, it's completely up to the players.
Absolutely.
But
But like in terms of the, the willingness to put more money in,
yeah,
you'd want a little bit more of a bounty on that, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're not really gonna
Exactly.
sweat it that much for what's it gonna be 16 blinds.
Yeah. Whereas if you're playing for, 20 to 25 each, then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
the willingness and the sort of actual bounty of doing that would be way more.
We're just members. All right. Happy to have you in the chat. You're very welcome to share some background information on the guys you know. It's always cool to get to know a little bit more about the players.
Absolutely, like we had with the slot streamers the other day. Lots of people that were sort of very engaged in that community came in and gave us an insight into their community. And now we'd like to hear who you're rooting for and who you're looking to win in this cash game.
Tomorrow
so
we're gonna bump it up even more with a pure influencer game.
2 10-10 streams, right?
We're gonna do from 4 to 7. We're gonna do the closed influencer game. So a lot of these slot streamers and their friends and people within general big communities.
Nice. That's something that you've been working on behind the scenes, right?
Yeah. I've been closing it the last couple of days. It's been a bit of a rush, but it seems like we're gonna be able to make it happen.
Nice.
So I need you here by 4, by the way. But I think it's gonna be a really good, really good vibe. These guys are, of course, entertainers for a living, so it's gonna be very good fun.
Nice.
Rooting for Raul.
Yeah, it was so funny at the end of the 1-2 stream the other day when they were just like, okay, 3 hands left, let's just go all in. Every
Yeah,
hand.
you know these guys are bags. Greenbay. He's a Packers fan.
Look at this, it's on the side for you, come on. Don't steal.
Are you into the NFL?
I'm always ready for this one.
And we got Raul opening it up, and Martin's defending.
Yeah, with the
Small
queen
blind-
7 off.
Oh, he is 3 betting out of the small blind.
But opening up with the queen 7 off,
Yeah,
getting
that's,
straight in the mix. You'd love to see it, right?
Yeah, it's cool. I think
That's
these
the
guys
action we're
probably got
looking
quite a lot of history and like to get involved with each other.
Absolutely.
Good 3 bet and good sizing with ace 4 suited takes it down.
Are you allowed to raise? Are you allowed to raise when you get re-raised?
Yes, you are. Just show red.
Like,
Red real.
I think it's more than the hair with this Adam guy. I'm really getting the grillish vibes. Also,
Yeah.
just a bit of attitude and
Yeah, the attitude. I think his IQ is slightly higher than Jack
yeah,
Grealish's.
most definitely. And
We'll give him
he's
that.
not, and he's not a dick,
No, exactly.
which Grealish is.
It feels like whenever you see Grealish play in a high-level football game, that he's just getting a yellow card in the last
Yeah.
5 minutes every time. Flying in there.
Maybe he's inspired. They are both living in Manchester, right?
Got the light blue sweatshirt on as well.
Yeah, I actually didn't ask him.
No?
I'm afraid of the answer. Everyone in
just
Manchester
in
is City
case.
fans. It's all of us tourists who support United.
Yeah. Don't want to call him out for being a plastic fan, do you?
The Greenbay opens from +2 with the 8s here.
Yep. Mantis in the big blind. A little bit loose, but in terms of the stream game, going to be getting in there. And does flop the top pair on the ace-king 4.
Yeah, definitely a flop that I think Greenbay want a range bet here. He just has so much more ace.
Yeah, exactly. From +2, he's just got so much more of the better hands.
Yeah.
And does indeed bet 15, gets a call.
Ooh.
Check on the turn, and the Drillovich of the 8.
What do you think about not betting the turn here?
What, in terms of Mantis?
No, in terms of Greenbay.
Greenbay, yeah. Yeah.
I guess when you do have a pair that has some showdown
you
value.
still beat some of those Jack 10s, Queen Jacks. So I kind of understand the check back, but now drilling the 8, you want to go extremely large.
Yeah.
Because you want to almost represent a bluff in some ways, you know what I mean? In terms of like...
Yeah, and you have virtually
bet
capped
check.
yourself with checking back the turn.
Absolutely, so in terms of the bet check back line, it's going to be a lot of air here, so we want to polarize.
It's like a 150, I think we could definitely go larger. I think it's going to be hard for Mantis to get away from this one. He's chopping with the ace queen, ace jack, ace 10.
Yeah, very tough to get away from this, and this is the byproduct of that large sizing, putting him into an extremely tough spot with the range advantage, but also the questions in his mind about that bet check back line, thinking,
yeah,
like, what's going on here? Like,
I love the bet check bet, man. I mean, he does get
nice,
paid.
right? Exactly.
Especially the bet check bet with ripping a boat.
Exactly. And Manta's kind of having a dry laugh there, as if to say, did feel a little bit odd.
Yeah, he like foolishly chucked it in. It's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like going big here because yeah, it's just hard to see which value hands he takes that line with. And a good one for Greenbay to start up with here. We have taken an executive decision to ban the run it twice because we were so annoyed with it from the other days.
Yeah, it does kill the action.
Most definitely, and the guys were fortunately fine with it. They didn't slaughter me and say, "No, Jacob, we don't want to play your game." Then, yeah, all right, bye.
Way
So,
better, right?
No running it twice today, which is awesome.
Yeah. It slowed down the stream, and it just allowed people to not really make any profit in the game, rather than just
Yeah, it's kind of this
flicking around
fake
chips,
action.
losing to the rake, that kind of thing. It was, not good for the stream. So, made some executive decision there to change that up, and we should see some fireworks going forward.
Yeah, most definitely. I think we have like almost a full lineup of very competent players. So I'm really happy at least to get to see something that's not just 6-way to the flop every pot.
Absolutely, yeah. Some of the 2-2 stuff is very loose and
hard to like provide any commentary on.
exactly. King Queen versus deuces.
What's the position? Under the gun against +1?
Yeah, looks like it. Damien
Bit of a
actually
loose peel by Greenbay.
checking the King Queen with Greenbay peeling +1. Extremely
Yeah.
loose peel, right?
Yeah,
I
that's.
think conventionally you want to be sort of like 7s or 8s plus. in terms of like a loose passive game.
Oh, I like these poker study emotes. They have that hat. You can see it on some of the hoodies of the Dutch guys too. Can you tell us a bit about poker study? What it is and what you guys do? Dutch O Koala. Interesting to hear more.
So which seats are the Dutch contingent?
So we have Dutch in 2, 4, 5, and 8. I'm pretty sure.
Right. Usually very
6
shrewd
too, I
players,
think.
right?
Yeah.
You don't
The Dutch
see
are good,
many
man.
weak players from Holland. They tend to be very well studied.
They're
tend
just
to be
like
very-
always tall and handsome and smart. Very
Yeah,
annoying
yeah.
people.
They've got the advantage in every aspect of life, right?
Quite provocative, but good for them. I guess you're gonna open the 5s here if you peel. You're gonna limp the 5s. Martin and Kohn are the founders of an online poker school. That's awesome. So we got some real crushers in here.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
see.
mainly cash game content or tournament content? So roll with the.
With the Queen 9 suited, Greenbay limping in with the 5s, trying to kind of set his price.
Yeah. Roll seems to be a guy who's willing to take the
Yeah, and
very bottom of range. And
we've seen Greenbay in every hand as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Could be some fireworks going on.
yeah, Demir.
Damir and Mantis with the ace-9 suited, and Damir with the 7s as well. So we're going to be going 4 ways to the flop.
Mainly MTT content. Cool. And top pair for roll.
Mm-hmm.
Backdoor and flush draw Mantis.
Pretty much a swing and a miss for everyone else.
Yeah. Only one overcard to the 7, but then again, like Green Bay is just gonna bet out. Seems to be a man that's keen on some unconventional lines.
Likes to drive the action, that's for sure.
They want to make some cash game videos, so they probably will review the session and upload it. So keep going with the compliments. That's fun.
King on the turn, not an ideal card for either player. Could see the action slow down slightly here.
Yeah, most definitely. I think when you get floated there, trying the very optimistic bet 4 ways by Green Bay, it makes sense to just slow down.
Absolutely.
It's quite interesting.
Going with the kind of milky sizing here.
Yeah, I quite like it.
Yeah, trying to get his opponent to continue with worse hands.
Wish
you
I
were
knew
to go
Dutch so I
bigger.
could see the analysis of the game afterwards.
If he were to go bigger there, would have kind of got himself into a little bit of trouble where he doesn't really allow himself to get value from worse hands. So nice.
Yeah, it
nice
doesn't
little
seem
sizing.
like a super obvious, but to start polarizing on the turn.
Yeah.
What's these emojis? Oh, it's more of the hats. Get the Dutch crowd in here. Thank you, Harold van der Molen. That's a good Dutch pronunciation. Van der Molen.
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
And the guys from Poker City NL, which are of course working closely with us here at the festival. Thank you for your follow too.
Yeah, very appreciate that.
How was the Dutch pronunciation, guys? That's correct. Hey,
you've
go
done
on
well.
then.
Nice one. Gaining some traction with the Dutch contingent.
Yeah, now I know they're going to review it. I need to be on my best behavior, right?
Absolutely. So a fairly sharky lineup that we've got
Yeah,
here
most
for
definitely.
the 5-5 Hold'em. And that's kind of a classic thing that you see these days with Hold'em cash games above the sort of 1-2, 1-3 level.
It seems like there's a massive gap from the lowest stakes
Yeah.
possible, 1-2, 2-2, and then up to the 5-5.
Yeah, you just see a much shrewder, much more well-adept, much more studied
Yeah,
kind of reg.
unless you can get it in the waiting games, of course. Then
Yeah.
you're just having a party.
Be very lucky.
Listen more to Eminem.
Mantas with the Ace King O.
Yep, he'll be getting in the mix.
Gonna go with the 4x here.
Hmm
I've seen like the default sizing so far being the 3x.
Yeah, 3 to 4.
Yeah,
Kind of a live thing as opposed to online.
yeah. Yeah, online I guess that's like 2.2, 2.3.
Yeah, but in the live realm, you do tend to see people kind of getting the pot a little bit wider, so
Yeah.
you do want to open it for the larger sizing, and unfortunately not facing any resistance, just taking it down.
He wins anyway.
Don't tend to see many raise and takes in these games, do
No,
we?
no, very
Especially in
true.
the 2-2 streams, so
It's
Now
a
we're
completely
seeing
different
that.
game on our hands and
exactly.
quite refreshing.
Exactly, slightly higher level. Greenbay recognizing the fact that you can't heal a 4x with 10-8 off and, and navigate post-flop in that sense.
If they drink beer, the game will loosen up, I hope. Yeah, I did encourage them to call the waiter. He's close, so if
Yeah.
they need him, he's there.
Don't you worry, he'll be in the mix. So Adam folding the King 8 suited under the gun.
They're
And
getting bad hands. Here
yeah,
from the
pretty
start.
much trash for everyone else. Folding to the button. Don't think Damir is going to be getting in there with the Doyle Brunson unless it's some kind of
Tribute.
tribute slash retribution for the late great legend.
I like to have Ace 5-0, Ace 4-0 sometimes in my limping range blind v blind. At least I play mostly tournaments, of course. I don't
Yeah.
know really if that's a concept in cash.
Just to allow you to have some ace-x
Yeah,
on these kind of boards where when you limp in, you feel like somewhat capped.
yeah. Also, with your calling range as big blind versus your 3-betting range, it's kind of nice to have aces,
Absolutely, yeah.
so you don't get too.
I think in cash, when you have to pay some kind of rate, it's less advantageous to do that. But
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
in tournaments, definitely a good one to balance your limping range for sure.
How's the cash games been this week, George?
Pretty good, man. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun. Just rip-roaring action, basically.
Yeah,
As
getting
you
in
do
the
to-
hours and
Yeah,
in the good
absolutely.
games.
As you do tend to see at the festival, people getting in there extremely light and having fun. And
Seems
just-
like there's always good games, right?
Exactly, especially around about the 1 to 3 a.m. mark.
Yeah.
People kind of swan in from some kind of extracurricular activities and
Yeah, all tournaments are done, and
yeah,
people want to have a
tournaments, maybe
gamble.
a night out, and just want to kind of get in there and dust it off a little bit.
And that's why you're ready after
Yeah, I'm
an
in the
inline
mix.
night of commentary.
Absolutely, I'm in the mix. So it's been pretty good, but we shall see.
Beautiful.
As we do on the stream, it's the same with the outer tables as well. The games tend to get a little bit bigger as the week commences.
Most definitely. When you're stuck, you need to play bigger to win it back. So this will be a 2-hour stream of the 5-5. After that, we will not be doing the advertised 5-5 PLO4. We will be having the final table of the ladies events, which is going to be on like very shortly after this this stream commences. So it's going to be nice to finally get some tournament action too, George.
Yeah, some tournament action, maybe a little bit of an ICM in-depth look.
I can't wait.
Mhm.
I think I can provide maybe just a slight bit of value there.
Yeah, exactly. Different dynamics, different kind of ranges, and different, the ways in which that they in tournaments that they're going to be playing for ladders. They're going to
Yeah.
be playing for different things. In cash games, it's more of a case of just get in the mix.
more generic,
and
right?
Play for every Euro EV. So
definitely-
very different. Absolutely.
Especially when it comes to pre-flop, like it's I would say in some ways more advanced because there's there's so many more factors and you have a pretty
Yeah.
set 100 big blind
Yeah, it's easy to
racing
look
range
at
pre-release
tournaments and
position. In the
it's
tournament
easy-
when there's IGM, there's a lot of different factors. It's
Exactly. It's easy to look at tournaments and think that, oh, you're playing in shallower stack depths, you're playing in different situations. Like that's a very less or more simplified
Yeah.
version of the game. But in actual fact, in terms of ICM, in terms of sort of final table adjustments, there's so many things to think about.
yeah, there's a lot more factors, right? Where at least for pre-flop play, it's pretty easy to have your ranges somewhat nailed down in cash games.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not too much action so far. People have just kind of been dealt out. Of course, happens, but I'm sure we'll see some fireworks. Angelo choosing to go with the king jack.
Also, when you do tend to see a table of shrewder players, you're not going to see some of the more ambitious B-pips or people getting in the pot rather wide in terms of cold calling. There's going to be a lot of opening.
I think a cone spots here for a 3-bet. That should be pretty reasonable, no? When Greenbay cold calls, yeah, he does go for it.
With the ace deuce.
I think when Greenbay cold calls the cutoff, we know he's a bit out of line with his ranges. It's a pretty cool spot.
Yeah. So it's more advantageous to go for that squeeze with the ace blocker.
King's Casino, worst place in the universe.
Yeah.
My personal opinion.
Can't disagree with that.
I actually, I hope we're not in talks with them to do it. I've been there once. I will never go again unless someone pays me to do it.
Not the best energy there, that's for sure.
Oh, it's just tilting town.
Yeah, very artificial. And the ace deuce just getting it done there with the squeeze. Love to see it.
Yeah.
Bit of aggression. And again, just somewhat of an indicator as to the step up in terms of the level that we saw with the 2-2 streams.
Yeah, you're just never you're gonna see a lot of cold calling with ace deuce suited there. You're just not gonna see people applying the pressure.
Exactly.
Very good spot for cone. Den good oak. Yeah. We talk about the chairs. That not really like. Oh, kings have better chairs than here. Yeah, kings do have really nice chairs.
They do indeed.
But I'd rather have worse chairs and.
Worse chairs and better action and just an all-round better ambience about the place.
Like I cannot stress how much I hate going there.
Yeah, just feels a little bit weird, doesn't it?
You can go outside and there's like 3 whorehouses and 15 minutes to a McDonald's.
And that's all you're getting.
Yeah, like
yeah.
But again, like if you're a grinder and you're I'm of course more of a recreational player. Like I like some life outside of the poker when I go to an event like Prague, Malta, Bratislava. Just so much nicer destinations.
Absolutely.
Antwerpen. Did you ever play in Netherlands?
No, but I've heard good things about the. Is it either the Holland Casino?
They have the Holland Casino in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I played there one time.
Heard good things about PLO cash games there, actually. Never played myself, but quite an expensive place.
Yeah,
in terms of like getting Airbnbs and getting over there and sort of grinding for a week, all of a sudden you're looking at 700 to 1.2k of expenses for.
They have been starting to do more events there and stuff like actual tournaments. I was just in town for a concert and with a mate, really nice trip.
Yeah.
And one night we were like mediocrely drunk, like it was like still early in the night, like 10, 11 maybe. So we weren't out of line. We just said, okay, let's go play a cash game session, have some drinks.
Yeah.
And they denied me to play us to play because they said we were too drunk.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Does that how it work?
Huh?
That's how it works over there.
Yeah, apparently.
So how many
we
cash
weren't
games
like.
did they have running?
They had 1 or 2 tables, I want to say, like 1, 2.
Yep.
With like seats open.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
And we weren't like out of line at all. But they said we could go play the tables. That was no problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we dusted off a couple hundred in blackjack.
I'm sure you did.
And went on the piss. Such a weird visit. Casino looked very nice, but that was.
Yeah, just leaves a bit of a sour taste, doesn't it?
Yeah, like either you want our action or you throw us out. But
yeah,
we
what's
weren't
going on here? Yeah, absolutely. So Martin with the kings in the small blind, going to be squeezing it up, I'm sure. He's absolutely blundered it there.
I hope for him he's getting forced to just call.
Does look like that's what's going to happen.
Come on, let's just allow the 3-bet. There's an obvious intent.
Yeah, having played some of the outer games, it does feel like the dealers are very much way more stringent than other casinos, you know.
But I think it's quite fine.
It's good in some
just
ways.
Call the floor, and as long as the floor makes the right decision here, I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's good in some ways, but in other ways it does slow down the pace of the game. And
we are lucky to have 1 floor for this 1 table, so it should go pretty fast. But like, there's very, very obvious intent of 3-betting here. So I think hopefully he gets to amateur move.
Yeah, absolutely, indeed.
He like dropped it out of the hand.
Okay, but you prepare and you separate 100 from your stock?
He's asking if there was a verbal announcement.
Ah.
Okay, if you separate 100 from your stock and if you want to make a raise, normally it's raise 100 because you didn't separate only 75.
But yeah, why did he have so many chips? Surely he's not going to 3-bet to 100.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
No, because he want you want to leave five.
Really strange ruling.
Please
here.
explain Martin how to play. So that's a 3-bet to 100.
First time in the cockpit for Martin. And does get it through. And the problem is when you go through this whole rigmarole and this process, your just hand looks stronger and stronger and stronger, doesn't it? So you're not going to get so much action.
I think someone offered him €5 to show the hand.
Show me a bluff.
But yeah, there was like obvious intent of. Yeah, these are the pros you guys are studying.
Exactly. They are humans as well.
That's what happens with these online guys, you know. They don't know how to put chips over the betting line.
Clicking all the time. So easy when you've got the interface and the online. You can just click a couple of buttons and there
The
it is.
hotkeys.
But, yeah. Blundering his way to the minimum value there.
It was a pretty wide open with ace 9 so I don't think it really mattered.
No, not in the end. But just in case.
What's up, people? What's up, Tom Poker NL? Good to have you here. I'll cancel my membership now. They thought they were going to get some good exposure with this game, and now all of their customers are gone.
Exactly. Demand your money back.
If you cannot 3-bet properly, then you're out.
Good night. Not sure about that. We've got like literally 3.5 hours of streams to come.
Yeah, we're not going to bed.
Absolutely not. So Damir here getting a bit frisky with the 7 deuce off. Adam healing the hijack with the 9s. And now we look over to Arno in the small blind with the ace king. Is he going to squeeze? I imagine he will.
Yeah, I think it's
Somewhere in the region of sort of 75.
Seems like he went very. Oh, 100. Wow.
Yeah, that's an absolutely massive 3-bet here from the small blind. Does tend to make his post-flop decisions somewhat easier when they go bigger, but
Yeah, but that's just.
also telegraphing the fact that they've just got a lot of ace king and
Yeah,
jacks.
I
and
think you
tens.
kind of just cap your range somewhat. Like,
Yeah,
are you really gonna have aces and kings in your €110 3-betting range?
not so often. That's for sure.
Translating my greetings from Dutch to English. Appreciate it.
Looks like.
Appreciate you guys trying. Dutch people are very, very good at English, so
Absolutely. Put us to shame.
better than the English.
Yeah. Yeah, half of my friends don't have the same nous or level of English.
I'm lucky to get trained a bit by you. You have an excellent vocabulary. You know all the cool words, man.
I would be a writer in another life, but unfortunately it's a dying medium. You know?
Yeah.
No one really wants to read books or blogs anymore.
I think, yeah, you are like a bit of an artist, like just a DJ artist, and a lot of the old school writers were like DJs too. So.
Yeah, exactly. I actually made some contacts when I started writing for poker, when I was sort of like starting out in the game. Guys like David Lappin, and there was also the
He's around.
commentator for Triton series, who was a Welsh guy. I can't remember his full name, but he was also having a similar
Henry?
writing style to me. No, it's I think it's Lee something, but he was having a similar writing style to me, and yeah, did manage to make some contacts in that realm. But again, as the years go on, people just want selfie videos.
Yeah,
and all
exactly.
That, all that bollocks,
People don't
so
appreciate the art.
Nah, unfortunately not.
So between the poker and your Queen's cover band, Queen cover band, you just don't have the time.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be doing the Butlin circuit, doing Don't Stop Me Now for the next 5 years.
Getting cancelled for singing Fat Bottom Girls.
Yeah, right. You can't say that.
Oh, you did write a little bit of content when I was at Poker Listings, and it was really, really nice.
Yeah, I did a little bit here and there.
You went on an upswing and couldn't really be bothered. Poker
It
players.
wasn't so much that, but yeah, that's what Maritz did say to me. He was like, look, if you start winning, you're probably not going to do this anymore, so give us someone else to do it.
That was our theory, at least.
Yeah. Somewhere near the truth, that's for sure.
Let's just hope he starts losing so we get some good articles.
Come on, give us the content. So Adam with the Queen 8 suited +2, opening up to 15.
Yeah, getting a bit in there. He's been quiet so far.
Oh, next to Axe.
Nice. Come in with the 55.
How tall is this guy? He looks like he's about 6'7" or something, just from.
Yeah,
the
it's just average Dutch height.
True. Yeah.
2 meters 5. You use foot in England?
Yeah. Feet and inches.
Out of line.
I know.
Demir here with the
Raul
ace 10.
makes it 55.
Yeah,
Demir
very
just
good.
going to get out the way with the ace 10 suited. So many players around the table. Not one of those spots where you absolutely need to get in there with a 4-bet.
Oh, you have an uncapped open and an uncapped 3-bet, or your ace 10
Exactly.
suited is just not going to perform very well.
Mhm.
And you're going to be out of position versus both.
Yeah. Adam now not
I
really going to
hope
have
he folds.
too many options apart from a fold here, unless he gets super adventurous with the 4-bet.
Hey!
Does let it go, and there it is.
10
Everyone
euros
needs
from
to
everyone.
be firing over a couple of blinds.
That's
in
one of
the
those things that
direction
can
of
like
Raul.
get the table going, right?
Exactly, it's fun, right?
The min-max buy into this game. Yeah, we're doing minimum 500 uncapped game here. So minimum 100 big blinds, because it's just not fun with people buying in for like 50 big blinds. It's gonna limit a lot of the moves that people can do if they have to constantly consider a short stack, being able to just do some very profitable jams.
Yeah, exactly. It does kind of becomes disadvantageous for the people that want to be deep stacked and battle when you've just got someone in there waiting for the nuts with the 40 to 50 big blind
Yeah,
stack. So
the problem with it is just it's a huge advantage being a short stacker in many
massive
ways, right?
advantage.
So it's just not very, I don't know. It's not good for the game.
No, absolutely not.
Seems like most players are in for like the 500 to 1k mark. So
Yeah, which is good, because we've
yeah.
seen a lot of like 2 to 3 to 400 euro stacks over the last couple of days, and certainly unwillingness to get those chips in some ways as well. You know, lots of loose passive play, whereas already in the early stages of the stream we've seen sort of like good ranges, good opens, good 3-bets, more of a willingness to sort of take it to your opponent as opposed to paying rake and just
yeah,
peeling
exactly.
and coming along for the ride.
Hello, JJ. I hope you're feeling better. So to you're sick and couldn't attend. They're doing 2 big lines, so 10 euros per player in the deuce to 7. This probably had the 3-bet with the king jack O from the cutoff.
Flopping, Martin flopping really well here with the top pair, top kicker, and the backdoor diamond draw.
What do we think about the pre-flop actions from both players?
Which were
Martin open 15, Mantas 3-bet 55.
which positions?
+3 and cutoff.
Oh yeah.
Says it right
Oh
there.
yeah, I got it. I'm with you. Yeah, Mantas's 3-bet here is extremely loose, I think.
Yeah.
I think you want to be a bit more suited when you're playing sort of deep stack cash game format.
And I think even the call from I think you want to call more with ace queen suited kind of hands and 4-bet more with off suit.
Yeah, I honestly, seeing some of the guys that play cash for a living, I don't feel like they have any kind of calls in these situations. You know,
No.
that they just like have some kind of frequency with their 3-bets. You know, so a hand like pocket 7s, pocket 8s, which would be a very natural peel,
Yeah.
becomes like you know, 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 3-bet, and sometimes actually folding just because of the rake.
Yeah.
You know.
Makes a lot of sense, and
Yeah.
I think when you want to do some calling, the ace queen suited is a much better candidate because it just has better post flop playability. So on the flop, Martin check calls the 70 euros, and here he's leading the queen turn for 60.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Good to hear that you're doing better, JJ. We definitely miss you too, man.
Absolutely, buddy. all the best.
He's gonna take a call here with the gut shot and 1 over Mantas.
Yeah, kind of a strange line.
Yeah.
And the 9 on the river, giving Martin the check mark with the top boat. Let's see what sort of sizing he goes for here.
Assume we're like around a pot bet spot here, right?
Just absolutely
Just giving it the
massive.
yawn.
Yeah. One of those boards where now all of a sudden you can have the Jack 10s, the 10-8 suiteds, King Jacks, the King 10s. So with all of those combinations that have completely whiffed, a good opportunity to go big and polarize yourself.
Did he check?
I think he's
Oh
going
no,
huge
he's
here.
yeah.
Something around 330 maybe.
Yeah. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 blacks.
Yeah, round about pot by the looks of things, which
I
I'm
think
a
that's a
big
very
fan.
reasonable sizing.
Yeah.
And I think in Malta's shoes here, like, you just have to throw in the towel.
Yeah, absolutely. No need to get completely married to the hand after making a fairly loose 3-bet. I guess what he's thinking now is that maybe my opponent has turned a hand like 6s or 5s that has been counterfeited into a bluff, and I can call and look like an absolute legend on the screen with the king high. But you don't want to compound these errors.
No, exactly. That's
He is going to mull it over for a while. Maybe take a little bit of a Hollywood, but
yeah.
just got to get out of there.
Yeah, maybe we got a bit confused by the small turn lead there and just want to think it over.
Definitely non-conventional. Don't see that kind of play that often. And as we were saying yesterday, when you see unorthodox plays, it's very easy to kind of fall in the camp of being passive against it rather than finding aggression because you're just so unused to what's going on.
Yeah, like in Manta's shoes, like he finds of course a bit an out of line 3-bet, and he c-bets a flop that's like decent for him.
Yeah.
And a turn comes that's again better for his range than his opponent's, and then he leads.
Yeah.
And then you can just quickly become like confused in the hand, right?
Yeah, it's a bit odd, for sure.
I'd be like, would he really lead trips here, etc., etc.?
Yeah, you kind of get into a bit of a leveling war.
Yeah, exactly. I think he leaves the turn to get value from flush draws. Flush draw check turn if they don't want to have to fold to a re-raise. Yeah, that's reasonable maybe. Adam coming in with the loosey-goosey open here.
Yeah, I think he'll be in the mix with the King Jack. We saw him as one of the more active players in the 2-2 stream yesterday. So it does pop it up to 13.
I have a good hand.
It's 5-5.
Because there's no small blind.
Regrets. Makes sense.
Getting a little bit of a telling off there.
Yeah, like, so when he raises to 13, the information gets put into the system, so they can't really like take the raise back. At least that's a lot of work for the wonderful guys here next to us. So, so the dealer is like, you can't change it.
No.
Because it's already put into the system.
But if I had the board, I would show.
So how is Angelo going to proceed here? Does he peel? Does he 3-bet?
I don't think you
Looks
want to
like-
do much peeling with, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. So he is going to make it 40 euros to go with the ace-9 suited and cut off. Gets a couple of fairly reasonable holdings to fold behind. The king-queen of Greenbay, the 10-8 suited of Cohen.
Oh, Greenbay hasn't folded quite yet.
Oh, you're just going to...
He likes to get in there.
Wow, okay. Wasn't expecting that. He just kind of cold calls his way to victory there.
Yeah, he's definitely the most creative player on the table, it's safe to say.
Yeah. Maybe optimistic.
That's a good callback to a previous episode.
Looks like Adam's not done here. He's
Oh,
going to
wow.
be 4-betting to 150. Seeing some of the dead money in the cold call range of the 3-bet and deciding, look, I've opened under the gun. I've got all these strong hands. I feel like Angelo is capable of finding 3-bet bluffs.
Yeah,
So I'm
and
gonna
the
take the
cap
bull by
call
the
from
horns.
Greenbay just makes it such a nice spot for him, right?
Absolutely.
Got some blockers to some strong hands, and yeah, I think it's pretty awesome actually.
Yeah, it's nice.
Now it's Kuhn's turn.
Fasten your seat
He
belt,
jammed?
friend.
He called.
No way.
Alright. He called. Wow.
I think Mr. Greenbay has come along for the ride with the King
Aye.
Queen, and look at the state of this flop. Both players flopping decent top pairs. Adam with the Jack kicker, Greenbay with the Queen. All of a sudden, Greenbay cold calling his way to victory has found a way to really dominate his opponent somehow.
Quite sick.
Yeah, being in a 4-bet pot with King Queen off and actually completely crushing your opponent, rather rare.
I'm going with the 85 sizing.
Yeah.
I imagine we're just gonna see a call here from Greenbay.
Yeah, he can do whatever he likes, I guess, but does elect to call.
It's pretty dry flop and not too many bad turn cards.
9 on the turn. Introducing some of the straights and straight draws.
SPR bit under 1 here.
Yeah. Does Adam elect to bet here, or does he check back to
Come
take a
along
free
to check
card?
back.
And he does check back. So Greenbay now with the check mark with the King Queen.
Oh, wow,
Just
he
checks
checks
again.
surrender.
Yeah, mad. I thought he was going to go for a big sizing there.
Yeah.
Kind of given the green light to go for big value, but ends up checking here. Not sure whether that's a trappy kind of, you know, I'll check to you, so to induce you to maybe bluff something now, or
Oh, he does get it all. Oh, yeah, he gets all in a call.
well, Adam's all in. He's got the triangle with the King Jack, and I don't
Yeah.
really blame him, to be
No,
honest.
no,
Like,
exactly. Like
yeah,
when he checks it to him twice,
Yeah.
your hand is just good enough to value bet.
Yeah, how do you feel like you're behind in this situation? You know, there's so many hands like Queen 10, Ace 10, King 10, Ace 9.
No, I think it's a very, very reasonable jam, and
Yeah, just unfortunately running into
Yeah.
the absolute stones of Greenbay, playing rather unorthodox line.
he is pretty good for me to say here. He told me when we just chatted before the game that he has to leave at 9 o'clock. So him doubling up now and
Yeah.
leaving in a little bit is not a hit and run.
Okay.
He did proclaim that before the
So
stream.
it's going to be thick and fast from his side of the table, that's for sure.
Just if we didn't say anything, he was storming off now after doubling up. He was just gonna be like, oh, what an idiot. But yeah, the very unorthodox line with the King Queen suited, or King Queen O, gets him the full double.
Yeah, these unconventional plays can often reap rewards where it's a little bit difficult to sign your opponent to any kind of strong hand when they take that line.
He literally has to go in 2 minutes. It's so funny. It looks so bad. I think he's telling the table too.
Locking it up.
Past 9 now then, you'd be in trouble.
Yeah, Adam giving him a little bit of a backlash there.
That's so funny.
Oh, is he literally not playing this hand?
You want to stand up? Sit
Yeah,
down.
I said it before you started that.
Yeah, he said it before, but
He's
he
done.
didn't hear.
Wow. Locking that profit up.
Good win from Greenbay here.
Yeah, what's he in
Yeah.
for? About plus 500, something like that?
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
it. He was bringing some different lines to the table.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. In terms of a lot of the shrewd Dutch and
The machines.
yeah, exactly, and other professionals around the table, he was definitely a bit of a wild card. So
Raul is definitely the guy who B-pips the most, it seems. Like his
Yeah.
opening range is quite wide too.
mhm.
Arnold with the 3-bet to 50 here. Pocket tens.
Yep.
And the Mir just again getting like a decent hand, but it's just not gonna work out. And pocket tens take it down. Not your greedy people, hit and run.
Exactly. So nice when you make a preconceived excuse to leave the table,
yeah,
and all of a
exactly.
sudden all the chips are coming to you, and you're like, right, I'm off, guys. See you later.
Yeah, I'm not raising a hand, but